Right, we fast forwarded a day or two, and I've actually got some petrol. So despite the black can, this is just E5 unleaded. This engine, we've got to mix the fuel. And for that purpose, I've got a mixing bottle. So let's do this nice and easy. This one is quite good as it comes with a little thingy on the end here that you can sort of screw on, and then it gives it a good, you're able to sort of pour into here. Now what you do, you pour your fuel up to here, and then if you want 50-1 mix, you just fill this bit up with the 2-stroke oil. There is a debate online whether this is 100% or 100-1, beg your pardon. But a load of people have said apparently Mercury or Mariner dabbled with 100-1 for environmental reasons, but really you need 50-1. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, this spinning work, come here. That'll do. It doesn't have to be spot on. I'm just going to open my garage door. Oh. And now, all we do is fill, that's almost to the line, so we just fill this up until we reach the 50-1 spot. We'll just do it so it's a little bit under there. And then what you do is put the top on and just give it a little shake. Just make sure that's not gonna, you don't have to shake it, but just make sure that's nice and mixed. And what I do is I take one of these with me, ready mixed, when I use this engine. And then I obviously take this and this with me to mix stuff up. And that's ready to go in the engine. Now, I'm not going to put too much in. I'm going to put just enough in so we know it'll run, which really, I think that's enough. The intake on this outboard is here. So it only needs to really be up to this plate. I don't want to fill it up anymore because I don't think I'm going to have to lift it off to remove the bottle to get the bigger engine on. Let's get the key on. This is the choke. So we have the choke full on. We have this one just there for the start. And now all there is to do is to pull this. Make sure it's on. Oh, hang on a minute. This wasn't in the right place. Hang on. There we go. That will help, won't it? Let's try that. Is it on? No, it needs a bit more choke. I forgot that when you put the propeller on, all hell breaks loose. There's a little bit of oil in the water, but I think it's because it's coming off the actual Yeah, it's just coming off the outside of the engine, which was a bit dirty. But that's really cool to start like that and work. I'm really pleased with that. So I think this engine's done. We're going to get the other one on here and try that one now. So light. This engine is so light. One thing I would say about this engine here, very smoky. And the one thing I would say about this engine here is that the water jet was always a little bit weak, if I'm being honest. It's no different to what it was before. And it's still got a decent jet for the size of engine it is. But probably an indicator that that impeller possibly needs looking at on this, you know, and replacing. So maybe we'll have a look at that. I'm only going to really use this on rivers and whatnot. So, you know, at very worst, it's going to be a long row. Or, you know, we can pull the boat out and fight and go and get help. So, you know, I'm not massively worried. If we were using this on the sea, then I might think about the impeller. I might think about it anyway and get one. I believe it's the same size as this one here. So, yeah. But anyway, for the purposes of the service, this engine's done. Let's get the other outboard on here now. The first thing we're going to do with this engine is use this little hose thing, and we're going to see what happens. Now, I took the nut off here. It's just this nut. If you look up here, it's this nut here, this middle nut up there, and you just unbolt that. And I gave it a little lick, and it's like, whoa, it's proper salty, that. So probably a little bit of salt water in there, and then this should, bear with me, screw in. That should screw in straight in, which it does. I'm hoping you don't need to screw it super tight. We'll soon find out. Now, here's the hose. I think that's on there. Oh. There we go. So there you go. Just, there's a bit of a salt. A little bit of salt, yeah. We're going to switch that off because we've got no more room in the bucket. And we're going to sort of run this in here anyway now. It's important to note that I haven't used the fuel internally on this engine for a long time. So, also the filter isn't full. So we might need a few pulls. Let me double check as well. I've got this on the right way. On. Yeah, that's right. That's definitely on. This is in the middle. We've got the choke on. Yeah, that's everything. Breather cap open. This is on start. Let's go. There we go. Just needed the fuel to get through. You can see very strong here. And we'll just pop it into very, yeah. There we go, that's working. This engine's brilliant. One thing I've noticed here is this. That's the exhaust, I think, there and here. So they're definitely little outlet ports, but they've also got water coming out. I have to look that up, make sure that's okay. I've never noticed that before. So I'm just gonna switch the fuel off and let that engine run itself out so we don't have any fuel in the carb. And then that's this engine finished as well. I forgot just how fuel efficient this engine is. It takes ages to run dry. Like, it takes literally 3 or 4 minutes, so we're just gonna have to leave it to run. And hopefully it'll be dry in a minute. Here we go. There we go, and she's dry.